Hello, YouTube. This is Keith Kevin Ken. I'm Kevin. It's time again for our daily pocket dump deconstruction. What you see right there is what I posted on Instagram just 7 short minutes ago. Turned my iPhone 6s Plus to video, and now it's time to shoot for YouTube. If you'd like to follow my Instagram feed, it's at Keith Kevin Ken, just like this YouTube channel. I post at least 4 knife-related photos every day. It starts with my first cup of coffee. It ends with me climbing into bed. You don't see that. But I do post right before going to bed. Today is Saturday, April 2nd, 2016. I know a lot of you will watch this not on that date, but there are a few of you that follow me every single day, and I really appreciate the ones who follow me every day. The new folks who just caught on to this channel and like to watch it. If you just watch this is the first time on the Keith Kevin Ken channel, you can check out my playlist. It's over 60 daily deconstructions where we talk and play with at least 4 knives. Today, we're going to play with a lot of knives because it's Saturday. So let's get started. My Saturday watch of choice is the Tag watch, my Star-benza of the watch world to me. It's a Tag chronograph. I'm going to celebrate this Saturday. Man. Celebrate this Saturday with a wonderful Cuban Cohiba. It's just a nice smoke. Oh, I think one of the premier Cuban cigar brands. I just love them. It's vodka. It's vodka today. It'll be vodka tomorrow. It'll be vodka all weekend long. One of my vintage Coach wallets. And underneath those knives that we'll get to is my, it's not field guide, it's a new kind of field guide called Notes. Let me set this stuff over to the side. I'll bring it back on in the middle of this video so that we can have some room for, a lot of knives we're going to talk about. The coin that I'm carrying today for good luck is the 1 ounce silver coin. It's a 2002, let's see, can you see that? 2002 African Wildlife Elephant coin. I collect that series for fun. And that is my good luck coin. And now let's talk about the knives. We're going to start with the big choice. The big choice is, oh man, Strider SNG. Oh man, the concealed carry, just that smooth G10. It's so smooth. That wonderful S30V steel blade with the tiger stripes on it. I really like my Striders. I really love the Striders. I played with every single Strider. It's just nice. I don't know. Someone asked me, do you like the SNG or the SMF? You know, I favor smaller knives more than the larger knives. But when it comes to Strider, I like grabbing that SMF to do real damage as well. This is the work knife. That's how I found out about Striders. I knew about Striders, obviously, when I started collecting. But a friend of mine wanted me to do some work with him. And we needed to buy some knives, and so we bought some 2 of the SMFs, and man, we just went to town. It's a hard-working knife. I love this smooth concealed carry right there. It's so smooth. It just slips right into the pocket. Really nice. The front G10, smooth G10 comes in and at one piece for the back. And then, of course, We have that stainless steel back with the integral lock. Oh man, smooth. It's one of those knives. Perfect grip. I love this choil. It's a perfect grip. Oh man, I told you S30V steel. It's just a wonderful knife. It fits the hand just perfect. I call that my big carry. I usually carry a big, medium, and a keychain knife. This is kind of a big medium to me. The I really think the SNG is like a big medium, but I love it. I really do. My medium carry is the Chris Reeve small Star-benza. Chris Reeve small Star-benza 21. I mispronounce a lot of things in my video, but I didn't mispronounce this. The Star-benza is Chris Reeve's collaboration with the Wilson Combat Company, and it's a collaboration with the Wilson Tactical part of Wilson Combat. WilsonCombat.com is where you go to order these. It's exclusive to them. That starburst pattern you see on the titanium scales, that's from the Wilson Combat starburst kind of logo. Oh man, it's a real nice collaboration. 2 studs on the small Star-benza. It is basically a Star-benza. We call it a Star Star-benza because that's the name of it, the collaboration. It has a wonderful lanyard, a customized bead that has the Wilson Tactical logo as well as Chris Reeve written on it. Of course, it's S35VN. All of Chris Reeve's more modern knives use the S35VN. Oh man, it has everything that the perfect, and I say perfect because I'm a huge fan of Chris Reeve knives, Star-benza 21 has. The Star-benza, the big difference is that collaboration, that custom bead that comes with it, and of course, that wonderful starburst pattern on the scales. On both the show side and the lock side. That's kind of rare for Chris Reeve. Usually he leaves the lock side pristine, especially the lock itself. This is a really beautiful knife. That's the small 21 Star-benza. Chris Reeve collaborated with Wilson Tactical on the large 21 Star-benza, the small 21 Star-benza. They also have a large, there's only a large, Star-benza 25, and the Umnumzun. They call it the Star-tac. So they have the Umnumzun instead of the ordinary plain Jane pattern that the Umnumzun comes with. It too has the starburst, and they call that the Star-tac. You can only get it at Wilson Combat. You can only get it new, of course, at WilsonCombat.com. Wonderful collaboration. I just like it. It adds a little grip to a plain Jane Star-benza. If you like Star-benzas and you like Chris Reeve's knives, I have posted a couple of mini collections. One of the bigger collections that I posted is the mini Star-benza 21s that I have with all kinds. This is included, but there's a whole bunch of knives and a whole bunch of variations. We also have the Star-benza 25 collection that's on this channel, and at some point I'm going to work with all of my Star-benza large 21s, and there's a bunch of them, and put that up too, but you can check that out. Now I left my keychain knife at the end. One reason is it's a wonderful keychain knife. It's just perfect. This is a perfect keychain knife. It is the Spyderco Equilibrium. It was designed by, I'm going to call him a great knife maker and designer, and I'm going to show you why I call him great. Ed Schempp works a lot with Spyderco, a wonderful knife maker and designer. This right here, again, the Equilibrium, it has a 1.7-inch blade. I love that even though it's a small keychain type knife, look at that choil right there. My big fat hands wrap around it, and there's that blade. I love that straight blade. No jimping, but man, I just love it. It has that, it's all stainless steel, as you can see. It has that wonderful VG10 steel, great steel for this small blade, and it has the Reeve integral frame lock for the back. I love how Spyderco does that. It's called Equilibrium because it's well balanced, as you can tell, even when it's closed. It's really a nice knife. That is the keychain knife. That is Ed Schempp. And I'll tell you, we'll talk about the knife that got away as a keychain knife, and then we're going to talk about Ed Schempp for a while and show you, man, only about 2/3 of the knives that I have in my collection from Ed Schempp and Spyderco, because I don't want this to become another 30-minute video. But right here, those elements, the wonderful Equilibrium from Ed Schempp and Spyderco, the small Chris Reeve collaboration with Wilson Tactical for the small 21 Star-benza, and of course this wonderful Strider SNG concealed carry. Nice smooth scales, G10 scales with that S30V blade and everything else. All of those elements arranged real neat is the thing that really makes this my Instagram picture for today. But of course, this ain't Instagram. No, this is the Keith Kevin Ken channel, and we talk about the knife that got away. When I picked up, first of all, I'm going to start moving this out while I talk to you, okay? I need to get it out of the way so that we have room for these knives that are coming up. When I went in for the small keychain carry, I got into my section, my Spyderco Pelican case, the 1600, and I started playing with the Equilibrium, and this right here is the Ed Schempp Balance. And again, it's called Balance because when it's closed, it's real nice and balanced, right? And so this is the Balance. It again has this wonderful choil, that nice little blade. Isn't that just nice? It's almost like the Equilibrium, but just a different shape. I'm telling you, Ed Schempp is so creative, so creative. He makes so many different kinds of blades. And remember, that's with Spyderco, a production company. So they have to retool and make sure that they can run out a mass number of these knives. I'm going to show you some of his knives in just a few moments. But this is the knife, the Equilibrium. This, again, with VG10 steel, this little knife that also has the frame lock that even my fat Michelin hands can handle. Oh man, that's the knife that got away. And so then I'm started playing with these two Ed Schempp knives, and I said, let me pull out all my Ed Schempp collaborations with Spyderco. And let me just tell you, it would really fill this table. So instead of taking all of them out, and one day I need to do that, do a mini collection of just Ed Schempp knives. Now you guys are sitting there going, oh, come on, Kevin, that's boring. Well, actually it isn't. So first of all, a lot of you probably know with the now discontinued Tough. This is Ed Schempp Tough, T-U-F-F, Spyderco Tough. Man, what a nice beast of a knife. I'll tell you, when I first bought this thing almost had me crying. It was so stiff The frame lock was so stiff, I could not get it to release. Now, it is one of the smoothest knives ever. It was so well done. So let's talk about it. See that blade shape? He angles his blade to give you a nice grip so that you can have it stiff and use that elbow. He's a wonderful designer. Look at this huge knife that fits perfect in your hand. It really does. G10 show side with dimples in it. See the dimples? Full tie liners. Tie lock side. These dimples are the same. You probably see them better on the titanium than you do here on the black G10. Look at that massive pivot. That's not your regular Spyderco pivot, which is usually just a little dot screw. It's a wonderful pivot. Oh man, isn't that just nice? On both sides you see the big pivot. They use their regular clip. He has this nice G10 back spacer. Man, it feels so good in the hands. The blade steel for this is CPM 3V steel. Wonderful powder steel 3V. Oh man, it is a beast, but it fits so nice in the hand. 3.7-inch blade. You can see that thick stock. You see that groove in it, which takes off some of the weight. Skeletonized liners, so it's highly skeletonized as well. It has a little bit of heft to it, but it's not overwhelming. But look at that. As I line these up, you're going to see a lot of creative approaches. Now, every time I post a picture of this next knife, actually every time I post a picture of the next two knives, my Instagram blows up. This is discontinued to tough. These are sprint runs, hard to find, hard to get, but continue with that wonderful shapes. This is one designer. This is with Spyderco. In other words, he's convinced Spyderco to retool to make these wonderful production knives. Now, this is a sprint run. This is called the Spyderco Barong, B-A-R-O-N-G, Barong. It's part of their ethnic series. And by the way, Ed Schempp is a major contributor to the Spyderco ethnic series, where they look up historical knives from around the world and then they create them with modern day materials in this ethnic series. I have the entire ethnic series. About 3/4 of it is from Ed Schempp. I'm going to show you some of them, but again, I'm not going to show you all of them just for time, but at some point I will. Oh man, they are beautiful knives. Really beautiful knives. The Barong came from the Philippines. Oh, VG10 steel. This is a sprint run. Spyderco sprint runs, it has that gray G10. Spyderco sprint runs mean it's a limited edition. When it came out, there were at least 1,000 of them. 1,000 or less knives. Now, for a production company, that's a real limited edition. Once they're sold out, they're gone. This is, man, hard to find in the secondary market. If you find it and it's reasonably priced, hard to find that too, you should grab it. It is just a wonderful knife. Look at that. It has a liner lock. Again, gray G10. This is the sprint run version. There's the Schempp logo. Look at that. You see, I wasn't exaggerating when I talk about a great knife and those blade shapes. Oh man, it's just so wonderful. You ready? Now look, I'm going to mispronounce this, so I'll spell it too. I call it the Khukuri, K-H-U-K-U-R-I. Oh man. Comes from an old knife from Nepal and around a lot of places, but mainly Nepal. Look at that shape. Oh, you notice a lot of his leaning blades again, so you can get those ergonomics when you're cutting, chopping and cutting. This is a sprint run. You can see the gray G10. The tie liners that are skeletonized. That liner lock. I hate the clips on both of them. It's their regular Spyderco clips. But man, they're functional, but I just hate them. Again, the Schempp logo. Oh, this is just unbelievable. This one has VG10 steel. Look at how you can grip it. Oh, it's just beautiful. Beautiful knife. That is the collaboration with Ed Schempp. Look, I'm smiling. There's a lot of other ones. He's done a couple of Persian knives, a big one and a small one for the ethnic series. He's done a whole bunch of knives. He's done one that has a nice little rattle to it when you open it up. I should have showed it, but I didn't want to spend so much time. I'll show it later, and I promise you I'll do a collection. But I'm not done. I mean, if you're going to talk about Ed Schempp, you're going to talk about his collaborations with Spyderco, you're going to talk about blade shapes and the fact that he can get a production knife company to do all these special shapes, then you really, really need to talk about the Spyderco Kris. K-R-I-S, the Spyderco Kris. Another one of their ethnic series knives. You should look into the ethnic series knives because every time they come out with one, they plan on coming out with another one this year. They always are special. They have this history behind it, but also they're always just special. They really are. Even the production knives are special. They usually don't sell a lot because everyone wants that paramilitary 2 or that Endura. I don't blame them. And so usually these knives also get discontinued, which means they go up in price. This is just unbelievable. Steel bolsters, has this wonderful micarta handle, has that steel back spacer with that back lock, that wonderful strong back lock. Has a choil here, I'll call it a thumb choil. And look at that wavy knife. Isn't that something? The top is smooth, is not sharp, not sharpened, but that bottom is. Again, he loves to angle those blades to give you a good cutting angle. Oh man, this is just unfrickin' believable. It's the Spyderco Kris Ed Schempp collaboration, VG10 steel with those micarta scales. This is from the ethnic series, from the Middle Eastern, a lot of Middle Eastern places who had this kind of shape on swords as well as knives. Oh man, what a wonderful, wonderful blade. And then the last one, but believe me, it is not the last of the Ed Schempp Spyderco collaborations. It's just what I put in for this time that we have together this morning. And this is the most recent Ed Schempp knife. It is the American Bowie. It's part of the ethnic series, but they decided to do an American knife and put it in there. The classic American Bowie knife with his twist on it. This has carbon fiber peel ply on top of G10. That right there, my friends, is a brass bolster, which is really nice. It'll start getting old on me. I really love it. I really do. A classic American Bowie knife. You got that real long belly. Oh man. 3.7 inch on the blade. It's S30V steel. S30V steel. Oh, I really just love this. I'm sorry, I said titanium. Did I say titanium liners? It's not. These are steel liners. Oh, it has that liner lock, and look, finally, because it's modern, they finally put a great clip on a wonderful looking knife, and that's that wonderful wire Spyderco clip. Oh, there you have it. It's the carry, and then it's what I did this morning. What did you do this morning? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I played with a lot of Schempp knives. There are 5 other Schempp knives that aren't included in this because I didn't want this to become a 30-minute video. But somehow I'll get when I get my second wind, I'll start churning out a lot of mini videos, and I want you to see all the other Ed Schempp knives. Look at those blades, folks. Look at the shapes. Look at the wonderful shapes, the sizes. I said he was a great knife maker. I think he's a genius and very creative. I really like Ed Schempp and what he's done. Thank you very much for watching the pocket dump, as well as, I told you we do this every day, so when I go off into the cases, I'm going to bring you with me. We gave you a lot of Ed Schempp knives. Most of these are discontinued. This is still happening. You can still pick this up. But most of the other ones are discontinued. I believe you can get the little ones as well. But you can find them on the secondary market if you're lucky. Hey, you guys, thank you very much. You have a perfect day. Don't forget, please don't forget to thumb this up if you like it. Make a comment if you can add anything that the community can use. Please add a comment. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Our first goal of many goals is 500 subscribers. We're making our way towards that. Once we get 500 subscribers, I'm going to plop down one of my Pelican. I have 4. Why do I keep calling it Pelican now when I'm on camera? Pelican cases, 4 Pelican cases, 3 1500s and 1 1600. We're going to flop down the one that has the most expensive blades in it. Open it up and play with show you all the blades. I really appreciate you guys. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.